The Glenfiddich experience is about immersing our loyal consumers in the process of how we make whisky and how to enjoy whisky as well. We can't really take 1,000 people to Scotland to see how the whisky is made, but we can bring elements of that distillery production process here to Bangkok so that people can enjoy it here. In many ways, Glenfiddich is a very traditional distillery. We still have wooden washbacks, we still have direct fired stills, and we're still a family-owned company, which is very unusual for a single malt in 2014. In other ways, we're very progressive and very innovative, such as our use of the Solera process for our 15-year-old single malt. With this Glenfiddich distillery experience, we really wanted to exemplify both those sides of our character. On the traditional side, we're here in the Neilson Hays Library is over 100 years old, our distillery is over 125 years old, and it just seemed like a great match for that aspect of our personality. On the innovative side, we've got this seamless use of interactive technology. Technology is incredibly pivotal to the whole experience. But what's really important to us is the technology doesn't actually dominate. Although you find it through every step of the experience, we want it to be about the world's biggest selling single malt whisky. The technology is there to help, and it's really integrated in a very slick way that makes it a really enjoyable experience. The Glenfiddich distillery experience begins the moment guests arrive at the Neilson Hays Library. From there, guests move into the library reception and await their tour. And when their tour is ready to begin, they make their way through a hidden Narnia-style doorway, which is actually a bookcase. They step through the bookcase and their tour actually begins. Once guests step through that bookcase, they're into the production process area. This is where they get to see how Glenfiddich whisky is made. There's some cool use of interactive technology, but the high point for me is the still room. And in this circular room, we have a 3D mural painted on the floor, and it's just like looking down through the roof of the still house to see what actually goes on inside. From there, guests move through to the bar, and this is where we've got some of the most exciting use of interactive technology. Firstly, at the bar, they have a tablet with an application that will recommend a whisky for them. All they do is pick the flavours they like, and the application will tell them which whisky from our range of Glenfiddich is best for them. Then they move to our Glenfiddich interactive tabletop. They take their glass of whisky and put it down on the tabletop, and up will spring a whole lot of information about that whisky. They also have some postcards that they can place on the tabletop, and that will also bring up information on things like our history, our production methods, and the things that make Glenfiddich unique.
Technology itself is very engaging and people get hooked into it. So even if they are not into whisky, they'll start talking about Glenfiddich and how they were able to see the history of Glenfiddich through this wonderful new technology and creating an engaging event that people will remember for a very long time.
If you can learn something and if you can understand and you can have the best experience that I ever had, it's very impressive.
Definitely enjoy the food and the pairing with the whiskey. I actually got to learn a lot about whiskey, which I never really knew before.
We bring our brand close to our customer so they understand our products well.
This has been one of the most successful events that we have done so far in terms of experience and interactivity. And our customers and even the media has also gone on record to say that this has been one of the top 3 whiskey events that they have ever attended in their lives.